Okay, awesome. So welcome. This is just the prep call. The reason I do it using Zoom is because I get to show my screen. My computer screen is over here and my camera's over here, so I'm kind of like going back and forth. But it's just the easiest way that I can explain everything by showing my screen, by just making it like such a clear example of how everything works. And then this is something that if you're watching the recording, what I would do is I would just play this while you're getting ready in the morning, and just kind of listen. I'm going to do my desktop, and watch so that you know what's going on. Okay, so can everybody see my screen? Yeah? Okay, awesome. So here is our prep call. There's a couple of parts that I'm not going to go over. I'm going to do a Facebook Live in the Virtual Wellness Studio to talk about those, because I think everybody could use a refresher on the points that I want to make later on. So it's going to be shorter than usual, which is good. I want to honor everybody's time. That's important. So the basic breakdown here, okay? So you are going to get meal plans. You're going to get the method, how I eat, how I teach my clients to eat. I think it's the best way. I think that it is the most clear and easy to understand and able to maintain and take it with you to vacation and restaurants. And it's amazing. You're going to get accountability, personal development, workouts, and inspiration from yours truly, and hopefully from other people as well in the group. So before we begin, I just want to go ahead and get your mindset in a place that it needs to be, okay? The beginning part of this season that you're about to enter, it's going to require a little bit of a time commitment. And the time commitment that you put in at the beginning is going to directly result in how easy it becomes for you by week 2. I don't know if you've seen my Instagram stories, but people will begin this feeling a little overwhelmed. But by day 3, some type of light bulb goes off and everybody just understands it and it makes sense and it works really, really well for them. Now, the more time you spend and really just become a student again, I think that we forget how to do that sometimes, to be a student and to really dive into the material that I'm going to share with you. Just doing that is going to result into just a better experience in general. So just know that. Don't get overwhelmed. On Monday is actually the beginning of what I call practice week. So we have an entire week to work out any kinks, to see what's going to work for us, what's not going to work for us. If you mess up, some people get so upset about that. That is not the time to get upset during practice week. That's what it's for. And it's just a time where you can kind of breathe and try it out and understand it. So then the next Monday, you can hit it full force. So our virtual wellness studio is just the home base. It's just the place we're going to check in. There's tons of resources and documents and encouraging videos and personal development. I'm going to show you kind of where all of that is located. The way we used to check in for accountability is through an app, a different app. I am over the app. I think that it is just one more thing to do, and it's one more place to check in. So I'm going to try something different, okay? And I think it's going to work because I did this in my Glimpse week and I felt like it was better. So a couple times a week, I'm going to try to do it every day. Just depends. Sometimes, life is crazy. I'm going to post just a question about, hey, tell me about your workout, whatever workout you did. Tell me about your Shakeology. Tell me about your meals. And within that thread, I just want you to check in and be done, or maybe post a picture of your meal or post whatever, just so I can kind of see. Don't continue to post in the group, but just post on that thread so people aren't getting constant notifications. And it's just going to be a place where I can check in with people. If you do, I think each month I'm going to do a giveaway based on who is doing that the most, and that's just going to be incentive, and it's going to be good giveaways, okay? I don't mess around. I'm thinking about doing a giveaway with one of these shirts. I think it's so cute. No egg, no cake. I'm obsessed with it. So do that. It's worth it. It's great. And it's going to feel like you're not alone. And I think that that's the most important part of this, is that there's so much community, and that's what people need. Okay, workouts. So I'm going to pull out BOD, or Beachbody On Demand. Essentially, it's the Netflix of workouts. And I've talked about it before. I like to do a ton of different stuff. I've completed the 80-day program. It is amazing. Everybody is in a different place. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute as well. But if you have Wi-Fi, you can work out. And there's an app called BOD, B-O-D, and you need to download it on your phone. If you love to go to the gym, or if you're not really into purchasing some equipment, or you don't have the space, what I do a lot actually is I pull up a workout on BOD and have my Bluetooth headphones, and I just kind of like have it playing and I listen to it in my headphones, because for me, like, not necessarily for the exercises, but like I need someone to pace me, because I can go really, really fast and not really like think about what I'm doing. And because sometimes, you know, the counting is the best part of the workout. And so it's a really great option for that. So this is kind of what it looks like. Oh, whoops, right here. This is what it looks like. That's not what it looks like. This right here. I pulled it up because sometimes my connection can get funky. So if you haven't seen it before, there are a ton, like each one of these, some of them have up to like 45 days or 90 days of workout. So each one is a program, okay? A lot of applications say that they've done 21-day fix. I like 21-day fix. 80-day obsession is the best one that they have for sure. The thing I love about Beachbody is it is such a huge company that they have the funds, they have the resources, they have the doctors and the nutritionists and the trainers and the knowledge to create amazing programs like this, and I can just use it as a tool, so it's awesome. Your practice week is gonna be a little obsessed right here, so you'll just click on that, and there are 5 30-minute workouts. So you're gonna do those with the meal plan, okay? And then the next Monday, whatever day that is, I can't think right now, we're gonna start 80-day obsession, okay? So you're gonna click on these right here, and there are 3 phases, as you can see. Phase 1, I feel like is almost a little bit of like a warm-up type of thing. Not a warm-up, but it just gets you acquainted with the moves. And then phase 2 and 3, it really turns it up. One of my favorite things about this program is I love weights, okay? I've always been like a lifting weights type of girl, but I have never gotten stronger than I am right now from purely doing body weight stuff. Just holding myself up in a dang plank has been super difficult, and I can see so much more definition just by doing that in my upper body. And so that's why I'm really, really thankful for this program. It kind of opened my eyes to like, okay, Macy, like, you don't know everything. Get off your high horse and like try some new stuff. So I'm really thankful that it helped me get there. Okay, let me make sure I'm going on my... Yeah, okay, so we're working, so our Sunday schedule, so if you can, we'll look at phase 1 right here. As day 1 through 6 is Monday through Saturday. And then right here, they have a Sunday roll and release, okay? And then we go again Monday through Saturday, and then there's a stretch and release right here. Now, those are the only 2 like Sunday workouts that are available. Sunday really does need to be like an active rest day, okay? It needs to be some sort of stretching, some sort of movement. Even if it's a 10-minute walk, you are gonna be really sore, and the worst thing that you can do is just sit around, because that's only gonna make you more sore. So this roll and release is with a foam roller, which is really, really good. I learned a lot through that. And this stretch and release is also really amazing that I do. 80-day obsession. Beachbody has so many yoga options as well, which I really love, because I'm not really a yogi. I want to be. My heart wants to be, but I'm just not. I'm not as calm as I want to be. So this 3-week yoga retreat is really good if you want to kind of pull up one of these on a Sunday. And so I would do like the relax or like the 10-minute ones right here, or the stretch. I wouldn't do like a core. The flow can be kind of hard actually. So just kind of look through some yoga. Another great yoga option is a YouTube channel called Yoga by, I think you say her name, Andrea. I'll send that out. But that, I'll pull her up a lot and do a little bit of yoga, because it's just the easiest for me to be able to do that at home. When it comes to equipment, if you bought the package, you are gonna get sliders and bands. I know some people are like, hey, I already have bands, I already have, you know, all these things. Listen, I've had to buy multiple sets of bands only because they stretch. Every single type of band that you ever get is going to stretch, and you're going to want multiple pairs. Also, so there's like a blue, a green, and a yellow. The blue is the heaviest, the green is the middle, the yellow is the lightest. There are times that I want to double up and do 2 blues, which is 2 is the heaviest, so it's nice to have 2 sets. You're going to get a smaller set, and then you're going to get a larger set. It's like a 12-inch set and then a 9-inch set. If you're really tall, you might need a 12-inch set. Or if you feel like you're really uncomfortable in the 9-inch, then use the 12-inch. You can kind of go back and forth as you need it. You may feel like your bands are rolling up in some of the exercises. Usually what that means is that your bands are too light. So if you find that that's happening, try to double up or use a heavier band. I recommend wearing leggings as well on the band days. The way you know, oh gosh, I thought I closed that out. It just scared me. The way that you know what kind of day it is, you can kind of click on here and click the details, and it tells you the equipment required. When you get your package, you're going to get a like a calendar, and I went through and I like crossed out each day, and it'll say what equipment is needed as well. So let's talk about modifications. I have a story about one of my clients named Tammy. It's actually my mother-in-law. I hope she doesn't mind me telling the story. But she is not really, hasn't been an exerciser in the past. She's super, like if you were to see her, you'd be like, oh man, like she could be a little like smaller. She's frail. And she literally, if you were to walk up behind her, if you've known her for years and then you were to see her now walk up behind her, you would not even recognize her just because she looks so much stronger. But she started with 80 Day Obsession. And I know that some people are like, hey, I don't really exercise and I'm about to do like 80 Day Obsession. Is this too much? The answer is no. There's a modifier. And guys, I had to modify so much, and that is totally okay. We are all starting at a different place, and that is fine. And what's so awesome about Tammy is that she has finished the program and she is starting it over again from the beginning. And she said it's like a totally different experience because now she's not modifying like she was in the first time that she was doing it. And so now she's even like more sore than before, but she's strong enough to do the real stuff and not the modifications. Even when it comes to push-ups, like try to do 1 on your toes and then go onto your knees for the next 9. That's totally fine. But each time, push yourself a little bit more and more, but also modify as you need to. Press pause. The pause button is your friend. It really is okay. If you're not doing the workouts, or if you're not doing all of the workouts, I want to tell you kind of how that works. If there's like a day that you're like, oh my gosh, I really want to do something different, totally fine. If you're doing 8-day session, what I would recommend is, let's say you're on day 14, but you choose to forgo day 14 to go do something else. When you come back, don't do day 15, go back to day 14. You don't need to skip over days because each day has certain reps and certain sets, and it's just important to kind of stay on track with that. Just come back to the day that you missed. Now, if you get sick, or you, for whatever, go out of town and you're out for an entire week, my recommendation is start to the beginning of whatever phase that you're in. So if you're in phase 2, even if you're in the last week of phase 2 and you have just got hit with the bug and you're out, I just would highly recommend just go ahead and start back at the beginning of phase 2. That might sound disappointing, but listen to me and hear me when I say that you will be sad as this is coming to an end. When I started it in January and it ended in April, I was like, oh my gosh, that seems so far away. I'm going to die. How is this even going to happen? And the closer and closer I got to 80, I felt like I was almost trying to find other things to do so that I could continue my program because I loved it so much. So just know that it's going to be amazing and y'all are going to love it. I'm so excited. If you're not doing the workouts at all, if you just chose to work on the meal plan, no big deal. You're just going to have to figure out your schedule, and I can totally help you do that. Okay, let's talk about meal plan and meal prepping. Do I have any questions yet? No questions yet? Wow, that's amazing. Okay, cool. So this is the part that can feel overwhelming, but it's not, okay? So just take a deep breath. It's going to be great. Once you learn it, you'll know it, and it'll be easy peasy. First of all, let's talk about Shakeology really quick. I just want to touch base. I think the why is super important. I just spit all over my computer. It's super important because if you don't have a why, you're not going to stick to anything. So essentially, in the most basic form, it's superfood, daily dose of nutrition. For me, it's a non-negotiable in my life, in my family's life, and so therefore it's a non-negotiable in my program. I asked all of you, hey, I need you to give me at least 30 days, minimum of 30 days, because that's when you're really going to start to feel the effects of it. The things that are in Shakeology are nutrients that have to be supplemented. They can't really be gotten from food. Unfortunately, our food is super nutrient depleted. It just kind of is what it is. It's hashtag America problems. Our food is just not the way it used to be. It's fertilized. It's got all kinds of pesticides and growth and all the stuff to make it bigger and more and better. And we're losing some serious nutrients by doing that. So for me, Shakeology is just replacing that, knowing that I can go to sleep at night feeling confident and comfortable that I have everything that my body needs. I was super hesitant, like cautiously hesitant. I go through phases. There's like a phase that I was like, oh, I'm plant-based only, and now I'm like this. But the phase that I was in when I started drinking it was like nothing in a bag. I like refused to drink anything out, or have anything out of a bag. It had to be all produce. And I just didn't understand. I didn't know that it actually is all whole foods. It's just dried and ground in a way that our body can't absorb it. But I kind of started drinking it. I heard some really good things about it. I heard people loved it. They had great energy. I was feeling a little sluggish. And I really started to enjoy it. And then my dad, which I think I've mentioned on my Instagram story, that he had a really bad health scare. And I don't really say details about it because I just want to protect him. But when people join my program, I kind of just go in a little bit more detail because I feel like we're on a new level of closeness and I just feel comfortable talking about it. So essentially he just had like some hereditary blockage, and it was just a really scary season. Like they were going to put him on all this medication that was going to have side effects to it, right? Every medication has side effects, and the side effects were not good, like really not good. Like the statistics of like people getting dementia from this medicine were super high, and it was just like really, really scary. And we just didn't want him on. He was way too young for that. And he was like, hey, doctor, give me 1 year of me trying to fix my nutrition get healthy from food. And he was like, no, like you don't have, it's too risky, And my dad was like, hey, I'm going to take a year and do the best that I can. He's like, okay. And so you can bet your bottom, for lack of a better word, that we all as a family like hustled so hard to get him where he needed to be. There were nights I would come downstairs for a glass of water and he was sitting on the couch with the lamp like right next to his book, reading about something, about gluten, about prebiotics and probiotics and adaptogens and all types of vitamins and minerals and things that he needed for his body to heal itself. He really believed that nutrition was the answer, and he just didn't know like how. And he was just determined. So as a family, we worked really hard. We got him healthy, and he went to the doctor, and that he totally cured himself. It's like an amazing story, and it's why I'm here today. Genuinely, it's why I do this. And so he was spending like over $1,000 a month on like supplements, like nutrients and supplements that he wasn't getting from food. And I started to drink this, and I would bring it home every now and then to make my shake. And he was like, let me look at that. He's super knowledgeable, obviously, from his experience. He read through every ingredient. He's like, Macy, where did you get this? I was like, oh, I just ordered it. Like, I just have heard about it. I've been trying it. It's supposed to make me feel really good. And he's like, this has everything that I'm currently spending $1,000 a month on. Like, where can I get this? I'm like, okay, I can help you get it. And so seeing him have that reaction and seeing him become passionate about it made me just have a fire for it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is gold. Like, this product is a gold mine for my body. And I got so excited about it. He has like 2 a day. He wants to have 3 a day, and I tell him he doesn't need that. I mean, he is obsessed with it. He feels amazing, and I totally feel the same way. So that's just my why behind it, and I feel like sharing that is important to let you guys know why it's important for you too. I don't want to get into everything because if I start getting technical, I'm going to lose you. But I am going to give you these 6 points super quick. First of all, it's not a protein shake. A lot of people are like, hey, I'm just going to like switch out the protein that I have for Shakeology because I want to use this first. You can't even compare the two because it has protein in it, but the issue is we're not protein deficient as Americans. Like, that's not even a thing. We're nutrient deficient. The protein that you drink is the protein you drink right after your workout to repair your muscles. But other than that, you don't need any more like additional protein supplements. So just have that in your head. Soy-free and chemical-free. Hopefully we all know that as women, soy needs to be something that we're careful about eating just to possible increased risk of breast cancer. A lot of like proteins, like if you go to Costco and you get that $40 bag of protein, it's like this big and you're like, yeah, I got my protein for the whole year for $40. Well, look at it. It's probably full of processed soy additives because it's super cheap and can kind of make things thicker and bigger to sell. Chemical free, which means artificial sweetener free, which that's my new thing right now. I'm trying to stay away from artificial sweeteners and sugar and all that. Really, it's going to help your digestion. It's going to help you break the diet cycle. I've talked about this a couple of times. Basically, when we are restricting calories, we're also restricting nutrients. And so then we go into this crash of exhaustion. Our body reacts. We're irritable. We're craving things. And then we say, screw it. And we eat all the cheeseburgers and the Mexican. And then you go back and you start on Monday, right? That's the diet cycle. But what Shakeology is going to do for you is it's going to replace those nutrients that you were pulling away when you are restricting calories. So it's really going to help you with that. I know that for me. It's not for weight loss. Don't think that it is for weight loss. It's genuinely to nourish your body. The prebiotics and probiotics, you're going to find your digestive is feeling really good. You're going to be really regular. That's important to me. And then the digestive enzymes, they help the body kind of break down food and absorb nutrients that you need. So those are like the 6 main things why I love Shakeology and why I think other people like Shakeology that I just wanted to share with you. A couple things you may expect. You may see some energy increases, which is awesome. So that can kind of determine when you want to drink it, right? When we have down energy is because we're not being fueled properly. And that's when people reach for Red Bull or Monster, and really they need Shakeology, in my opinion. Your cravings are going to be curbed because you're replacing those nutrients, and your body is going to be craving things that it thinks that it wants, but really it just wants nutrients. You might have a little gas for 1 week, okay? There's fiber in here. I think a lot of people don't have enough fiber. They don't eat enough. And so when they get Shakeology, it's like, whoa, oh my gosh, what is happening? But it evens back out after a week. So don't panic, okay? So depending on the package that you got, Energize is a pre-workout. You're going to have it 15 minutes before your workout. It's 100 milligrams of caffeine, basically 1 cup of coffee. Most of the time, I don't need coffee. If I drink coffee, it's just because I want the taste of it. But for me, I pretty much only drink Energize. Recover is the protein that you need post-workout, 30 minutes after your workout. I just talked about this on my Instagram Live. I'm like, I don't even know who's on there. I don't want to repeat it and waste everybody's time. But basically what happens to your muscles so I use the visual of a wall. You punch a hole in the wall needs to be repaired, right? That's exactly what happens to your muscles when you work out. They tear and they rip, and so they need to be repaired so that they can become stronger, and protein does that for you. It also has BCAAs and glutamine in it, which are very important for recovery. And then some other additional things you may have gotten. Hydrate is the electrolytes, and recharge is something that you might drink before bed. It's really great if you're super sore a lot. Apparently, I am sore, but I can usually like work it out pretty good. But apparently it's like magic and you wake up and you're not sore. So that's awesome. Okay, let's go into the meal plan. So don't get overwhelmed. Rule number 1, the container system. Now, guys, you're going to find, I got some emails saying, oh my gosh, I already have my containers. Like, I don't need any more. I have 5 sets and I need more of them. If you genuinely use them the way you need to use them, you will enjoy having more than 1 set. So just know that. I encourage you to use them for every meal. You will start to be able to eyeball it, but I continue to use them because if I go like a couple of weeks without using my containers and then I use them again, my portions get heavy and I just don't need as much as my eyes, think that I need. So it's really helpful and awesome when we talk through that. So here is step 1, and I'm gonna send all of this to you, so don't feel like you need to write it all. You're gonna calculate your calorie target, okay? Your current weight, and you're gonna do this equation. Then you have a maintenance calorie, and then you have a weight loss calorie, okay? I am currently in maintenance. I'm not trying to really lose weight. Maintenance. Here's the weight loss. Sorry. So here would be my maintenance. Here's your weight loss. I'm currently in my maintenance calories because I'm not trying to lose weight. If you want to lose weight, by all means, go into weight loss. If not, stay in maintenance. So here's an example just to make it easy. I picked 150 pounds. If you want to lose weight, which I feel like most people do, you would be in the 1,300 calorie range, okay? If not, you would be in the 2,050 calorie range. It's a big jump there, isn't it? So being in the maintenance, you would be in plan C, but we're gonna do plan A just because for today. So this plan A, so that calorie calculation tells you what plan that you are going to be in. Plan A, this tells you the amount of containers that you need throughout the whole day. So green is vegetables, so 4 servings of vegetables, only 2 servings of fruit. Red is protein, 4 servings of protein. Yellow is carbs, 2 servings of carbs. Blue is healthy fats. Orange is seeds and dressings. And then this teaspoon is oil and nut butter. So you see me having my teaspoon of nut butter every single night because it's everything to me. I love my peanut butter so much. So we're gonna talk through some timed nutrition. It is gonna help you fuel your workouts and then recover your workouts. So you have basically a workout block, and that basically means your pre-workout meal and your post-workout meal. The most important thing is that you keep the types of food that I'm going to tell you that you need in your workout block. From there, the portions that you have left, you can kind of use throughout the day if you please. I have multiple examples that you can kind of pick and choose from. And I'm going to tell you some times of when you should eat. Now, guys, at the end of the day, you just need to do the best that you can, okay? I give it the best that I can to eat every 2 to 3 hours. Sometimes my life is crazy and I have to eat sooner than usual or I eat later than usual. But as long as you're doing the best that you can and you're getting all of your food in and you're not restricting the food that you need, you're going to be okay. But do what you can because you're going to find that it actually works for you better. So yeah, I have a bunch of examples and I'm going to explain that in a minute. So here's an example of your workout block, okay? So you have a pre-workout meal, and then about an hour after your pre-workout meal, you're going to do your Energize if you have it, and then you're gonna work out, okay? Now listen, I'm a morning girl. I work out in the morning. It is not super convenient for me to wake up at 4 just to eat and then to work out at 5. So what I usually do is I wake up at about 4:30, I eat, I'm done by 4:40, and I pretty much work out at 5. I don't stress about that 60 minutes. If you are feeling like you're so stuffed and you can't even move and you don't want to work out on a full stomach, then you need to figure out a time how you can wait that time. If you feel good, if you eat and you feel good, then go work out. I used to not work out or eat before I worked out, and I was super against it. And this is another moment that I had to get humble and back off my high horse and just try it. And I have found that I really, really enjoy it. So if you're sitting here and you're like, I do not eat before I work out, girl, I was the same way. I just want you to do it my way for a week, see how you feel, and if we need to adjust it for your life, I'll help you do that. So then your post-workout supplement, if you have Recover, You're going to have your recover within 30 minutes of your workout, so like immediately, and then you're going to have your 1 serving of fruit. So you have your cup. I usually do blueberries. I have my cup of blueberries. And then within an hour or 2 hours after your workout, you're going to have your post-workout meal. So here are your containers. Let me remind you. I talk about my Instagram story every single morning. I have green beans, green beans, eggs, which is my 2 eggs for 1 protein. And then I have my toast, my Ezekiel toast for my carb, and my 1 teaspoon, sometimes it's grass-fed butter. Lately it's been coconut oil, and then sometimes it's peanut butter. And then your post-workout meal for plan A is exactly the same thing. So I'll do broccoli, ground turkey, sweet potato, and peanut butter in my sweet potato. That's just an example. Now, I'm going to show you a bunch of morning workout block examples, but here is like some midday workout block and evening workout block examples as well. So if you need to work out at lunch, here's an example of how to do that. And if you need to work out at night, here's also an example of how to do that. And I'm going to send all of this to you. And this is actually all on Beachbody On Demand. This is just the way that I'm like showing you the easiest. Gosh, sorry guys. Let me jump over to Beachbody On Demand really quick to show you exactly where all of this is. So right now we're on 80-day obsession on Beachbody On Demand. If you come to program materials right here, it has everything that I'm talking about, okay? Here's the starter guide, and that's right here. And it kind of talks through everything that I'm talking through. Here's your calculations, here's your plans, here's your equipment. And then if you go to plan A, so if you come here, you can go eat 80-day obsession, eating plan A, B, C, and it all goes all the way down to F. And there's even a vegan. I know that I have some plant-based eaters here. So there's a whole vegan plan as well. So if you were to go to plan A, it has it all laid out for you. Exactly how I'm sharing it with you. It's just easier for me to use the PowerPoint. So as for the rest of your containers, you can mix it up and like move. So like from all of these right here, so here's your workout block. All of these right here, they can be mixed around as long as you are eating every 2 to 3 hours. Now I want to make a note really quick. So here's meal 1. I always say my meal 1 is Shakeology. It's at 1 o'clock every single day. Shakeology is considered a red or a protein. So we have a red, a purple, and a teaspoon. So I have my Shakeology, my frozen cherries, my 1 cup of almond milk, and then I usually just kind of put a teaspoon of peanut butter in my mouth. And the only reason I don't mix it is just because I love peanut butter and I just like to eat it that way. But see right here, if you find the pre-workout meal is too heavy, or if you're eating less than an hour before your workout, you can swap Shakeology for your pre-workout meal. And then this pre-workout meal will just be swapped with meal 1. So you can switch those as you need to. That's how Austin does it. He likes to have Shakeology first thing in the morning. And then he switches his meal 1. So his meal 1 or his post-workout meal is like at like 7:30 or 8 a.m. Like he'll be eating shrimp at like 8 a.m. or like steak, just because of the timing of his life. So it's not weird to be eating at weird times. That was strange for me to like be eating lunch at like 10:30 in the morning. But you get to a point where it just like starts to make sense and click and feel good, and the time doesn't even mess with your brain. Okay, let's go to some examples that I'm going to share with you. Here is a plan of examples here is a list of examples for every single plan. But for the sake of staying on track, let's look at plan A right here, okay? So as you see, I have 7 a.m., but what I tell my people is just to shift this up. This is like a morning workout block. Shift it up and down as you need to. I work out at 5 a.m., so I have to shift this up 2 hours. Okay, so, or 3 hours really. First thing in the morning, 2 eggs, 1 cup of green beans, 1 slice of Ezekiel toast, 1 teaspoon of grass-fed butter. About 30 minutes later, I do my Energize, my pre-workout, and at 8 a.m., you work out, okay? The workout's about an hour long. Immediately have your 1 cup of berries and your protein. I shake it with water, just one like bottle of water. At 11 a.m., I do a protein. So this is, okay, I have measurements right here for people who don't have portion cups, like if they haven't come in yet or for whatever reason. This is like what I think the measurements are. I've kind of like played around with it. I don't think it's perfect. I think the portion containers are perfect, but if your package is late, if you ordered late, you can use these measurements, okay? So ground turkey, my vegetables, steamed broccoli, my carb is sweet potatoes. And my protein is going to be Shakeology. I don't know why that's not written there. Shakeology, 1 cup of frozen cherries, and almond milk at about 1 o'clock. 4 p.m., I have a vegetable and I have a fat. So I'm going to have 1 cup of carrots and about a 4th cup of hummus. So serving is like 10 carrots. And then my dinner is just a vegetable and a protein, so salmon and cauliflower. And then I had a teaspoon of butter, peanut butter. The seeds and dressings, it's super weird because I don't eat a lot of salads. So for seeds, a lot of times I just take the orange container, I just scoop it with some seeds and I just put it in my mouth. If I'm hungry, if I feel hungry, I'll usually have the seeds and the teaspoon of peanut butter like a little bit later in the night, just to hold me over. I haven't been hungry. I'm on plan B now. I used to be plan A, and I was hungry at the beginning, but then I totally leveled out and started to feel really good. It was just that initial like shock and that initial change. So I'm going to send all of this out. What I would suggest for you is to kind of move this around as you need to. I'm going to show you all about the foods in just a minute, but this is a great starting point to kind of look at and say, okay, Macy had ground turkey at 11 a.m. I don't love ground turkey, but I love salmon, so I'm going to switch those two out. And just figure out what works for you in that way. Okay, let's go to what foods to eat, as I was saying. So there is an entire food list. So if you come to program, nutrition, food container list right here, and then there's also a vegan food container list. I have it right here. Here it is. And look, now guys, I've been doing the container system for a long time, and I still pull this out very often to just remind myself what I can have, okay? So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see it better. Here is all of the vegetables that you can have, all the fruits, all the proteins, the carbs, the fats, the seeds and dressings, the teaspoons of oils and nut butters. The higher you are on the list, the better the option, okay? So I try my best to like the top 5 things. So I'm at a point right now where I'm like, okay, I'm really trying to like tweak it and hone in as much as I can. So I'm going to do my best to stick to the top 5. Now, am I going to be eating sardines? No, I'm definitely not going to be eating sardines. But I will eat, lean ground chicken and ground turkey. But can you have vegetable broth as your vegetable? Yes, you totally can. We're all starting at different places. Just really try to stick to this list. Okay, let's think about this next step that you need. Okay, this is what I always suggest for people. The first week, maybe 2 weeks, your method is to keep it simple, like so simple. I'm going to show you some recipes and how you can change it up and make things really yummy. I personally don't do that because I just don't feel like I need to. But there are totally a ton of recipes that you can use that are really awesome. But just for the sake of getting the hang of everything, what I want you to do is I want you to look at what you need. I need a carb. Okay, let's get it really simple and look at the carbs. Okay, quinoa. I'm going to have quinoa. Done. Don't overthink it. Don't be trying to like mix and match and make fun things just for the first couple of weeks, just so we can understand the method, see how we feel, and so you can feel good about everything. You can get an idea of the portions and all of that. As for the recipes, so this is also on Beachbody On Demand. So here's oops. Now listen, this is a great resource. If you didn't get Beachbody On Demand, you're not going to have this, unfortunately. It's really good. This Fixate cooking show right here, I have it right here. Once you click on it, you go to program materials, you go to Fixate recipes, and it comes up to being this. So now if you scroll down, you will see right here, if there's a little circle by the recipe, then it works with 80-Day Obsession. 80-Day Obsession is a little bit more intense than like just any other program when it comes to nutrition. So this is why they have to be separated. So a great example that I love to use are the banana apple muffins, page 13. So let's go to page 13 right here, and it counts as a purple and it counts as a blue, okay? Well, guess what? If we come back to this, I'm on plan B, and at 4 p.m., I need a purple and I need a blue. So guess what I do? I make those muffins, and I have one of those, and I have a cup of carrots with it. It changes it up. It's delicious. It's almost a little sweet, and it's just an awesome option for me personally in my plan. But there are I mean, look, it goes on forever. There are so many options that tell you what the containers are. I can't even tell you what an amazing resource this is. I have it printed out, and I have it in my kitchen, and I pull it out all the time. I don't recommend dabbling into this for the first couple of weeks. Just keep it simple, and then you can come back here when you're ready, when you're feeling really confident and you're like, all right, let's change it up. I'm feeling good. Then come back here. Cool? Cool. I see I have a question. I'm gonna keep going real quick. Okay, a couple of things to note. So phase 2 and 3 have a different calculation. So I'm gonna come, like for your calories, I'm gonna come to the starter guide right here. So in phase 1, I was in plan A, but then in phase 2, you're gonna have a different calorie deficiency right here, and so it might move you. Some people started in plan A and then they did the calculations again, and they moved to plan C. I mean, everybody's gonna be totally different, so just keep that in mind. I can't keep track of what day everybody is on, so you just need to know that when you come to phase 2 and 3, recalculate. Refeed day. So starting in refeed day is like amazing. Starting in phase 2, it's going to be on your 80-Day Obsession calendar that you're going to get in the mail. Starting in phase 2, you're going to get a refeed day every 2 weeks. Let me show you what that looks like. Basically, you're going to get to have some naughty carbs, naughty food, and it's really fun. So basically what happens is we're just replenishing glycogen stores into your muscles. You've been depleted, and so we need to refeed you every 2 weeks. So this S, that S right there, it just means it's a different type of carb, and you get more of them. So I know you're thinking, Macy, where can I find what those carbs are? Let me show you. You're going to come on this food list right here, and all of these are your options. So white bread, there's vanilla. I had vanilla wafers, and they were so good. Pancakes, you can have, so like if you wanted to have a burger, you could, because if you come back here, you see that like right here, you have 2 S's in a protein. So you could have 2 buns in a burger. Awesome. Probably a teaspoon could probably be like mayonnaise if you wanted it to be. Probably not allowed, but you know, you can take it as serious as you want to. Another thing that you can do right here from the Fixate recipes are some recipes that you can have for refeed day. So for me, I made the brownies, the flourless chickpea brownies, and they're really, really good. So what you do is you come back to Fixate, you come to desserts, and then here are the flourless chickpea brownies, and you go to page 225 to find those brownies. So you just find what looks good. It's every 2 weeks, and it's awesome. There's also something called Deplete Week. I didn't necessarily do this. So if you come, this is your plan A, like document right here. If you come down, it's called peak week, and it just basically depletes you. You only get one carb and you get no fruit for an entire week. And it's just to make you look really shredded. Now, is this something I would do before I go to the beach? Heck yes, it is. I would definitely do this. But the minute that you start eating normal again, you're going to just go back to looking the same. This program is very much so to get you to a certain point that you look amazing for whatever event you may have. But that's optional. You don't have to do that. And then I showed you the recipes. Okay, so I've gotten some questions in the emails that are like, hey, I need you to tell me how I can fit in all my wine, all my things that I love, and cheats, and this and that. Okay, listen. This program, it doesn't necessarily allow that, but guess what? I'm not going to tell you you can't have those things, okay? You can take this as seriously as you want. I personally take it very seriously, or I did take it very seriously because, well, I'm the leader and I just wanted to and needed to. And you just need to know that your efforts are directly going to affect your results. So if you come out of this and you're like, well, I'm not like, you know, shredded with six pack. Well, girl, did you have wine 3 times a week? Because that's probably why. So you just need to know that going into it. I think a lot of people come into my program, they're like, oh my gosh, I signed up and I'm going to get fit. No, that's not how it works. The hardest part is yet to come. I have the tools, I have the support, I have the encouragement. I am your biggest cheerleader, but at the end of the day, you have to put in the work and meet me halfway. I'm going to show up for you. I'm going to be living this lifestyle. And so I am here for you, but I need you to actually do it. And we all are starting at different places. I just want to continue to say that. And some people can't jump into this head first, and you just need to maybe cut out a couple of things for right now. And then the next week, cut out a couple more things that you're used to having and just wean yourself off of it. And some people can just jump right in. They may be a little bit more experienced. Maybe they haven't been eating as much sugar as the average person, and they feel really good. But if you are currently at a point and you're eating a bunch of sugar and processed stuff and crap, you are not going to feel great for the first week. You will literally have withdrawal symptoms from the processed sugary food. I can't believe that's even a thing, but you really do. You almost feel sick. It's kind of called like the flu, the withdrawal flu, but it's only for about a week. And once you get over that hump, you are home free. But the minute that you stoop back down and go back into your old habits, that flu-like feeling is just going to continue. So just know that going into it, that it might be a little difficult, but it does get easier, okay? So here's some miscellaneous things. Water, drink half your body weight in ounces. That's the general rule. When it comes to going out to eat, you can totally do this going out to eat, like so easily. My recommendation is not to for 1 week, only so you can take your portions and put them on your plate. You can get a bird's eye view of it and see like, okay, that's what a cup of vegetables look like. That's what a portion of rice is, and that's what a portion of meat is. And then you're going to go to your restaurant and you're going to order, probably not from the menu, right? You're going to go to the restaurant. You're going to say, hey, I don't want anything on the menu. I want some salmon, and I want some asparagus, and I want some sweet potato. You're going to cut the sweet potato in half. You might have to eat half of the salmon, and you're going to probably eat all of the asparagus and take the rest home. That's how I do it, at least. I told you about the pre-workout meal option. So, and then this is the way I think about cheating. I have like a guardrail vision or analogy that I like to share with people. Yeah, you'll never know the results that you would get unless you actually do it. So this might be difficult for people to understand, but it makes so much sense to me, okay? Here's my mouse. This is you. You're on the road, okay? The point of the guardrail is to keep you from falling off the deep end, okay? When you fall off the deep end, that's when you just go back to your old ways. You don't care. You just eat whatever. You don't work out. You don't take care of yourself. The point, your guardrail needs to be the mentality that you're going to do this 100%. If you go into this knowing that you're going to do this 80% or 70%, you're just that much closer to falling off the deep end. But if you're on the other side of the guardrail and you're like, man, I'm going to go 110%, I'm going to do it. It's inevitable. You're going to get close to the guardrail. You're going to have a piece of cheesecake. You're going to have a glass of wine. But you're not going to fall off the deep end. So just having that mentality of just doing it and doing it right is going to just be and put you in a better place than having the mentality of half-passing it, for lack of a better term, if that makes sense. Alcohol. So for me, I'm not a huge drinker. I hate the way I feel after. I do enjoy wine occasionally. So in a margarita, let's be honest. But if I do have a drink, I'll have about 4 ounces of wine. And usually that's in social situations that I feel like I need to. I think the more that you do this, the more that you're going to be like, oh, I actually feel better if I don't have alcohol. Some of us are so used to drinking every single night. You don't even know what your life is like without it. And I think your life will drastically change. Coffee's totally fine. I don't use creamer. I use almond milk. And that's definitely something that has become acquired. It's not easy. Trust me, I love a good, yummy coffee, but now I'm at a point where I feel really good about my coffee beverage choice. Every kind of caffeine drink that you have, you need to drink an extra 8 ounces of water. People don't realize that caffeine dehydrates you so much. So drink an extra 8 ounces. Please take progress photos every phase. So I've had clients, they are like 5 dress sizes down, but they've only lost 5 pounds. Your body changes in the craziest ways, and you're only going to really be able to see through pictures. I know it's super weird. I'm someone who takes a lot of progress pictures. It's normal for me, but I know it's not normal for other people. There's a place in your phone that you can have a secret album, which is super weird, by the way. But that's where I put all my progress photos. So it's someone were to have my phone and looking at my pictures, they wouldn't see me in my raw, you know what I mean? And it's not weird. So I totally get that. You'll find in the virtual wellness studio that we do post a lot of progress photos for each other. I'm a married lady. I don't want to be posting pics of me in my bra, my sports bra. You know what I mean? I feel really weird about that. I know a lot of people do it. I just feel weird. So in the virtual wellness studio, it's only women. It's a super safe place. It's where we encourage each other, where we celebrate each other. And so just know it's a safe place to do that. Here are the measurements of the containers if you don't have them yet. I'm going to send those out. If your package is delayed, or it shouldn't be delayed, there was a season where it was delayed a lot, it should be on track. But if you ordered later than other people, you might just not get it at the same time as everybody. But you can still do the practice week. Just do the best you can with sliders. If you don't have bands, it's okay. Just get in the habit of eating in that way, and then once everything comes, just go full force ahead. So my expectations, I've already kind of told you, follow through 100%. You're not allowed to disappear on me, okay? You girls have committed to this, and I am so excited for the life change you're about to experience. I think if you commit for honestly 1 week, you will feel a difference, and you'll be so motivated and excited to continue. If you need me, please email me. Don't message me on Facebook, because so many people message me on Facebook and I just lose the difference between clients and people inquiring. Email is just the best place to reach me if you need me. So I have homework for you, and it's all these things. Download Beachbody On Demand on your phone. Be a student, study everything that I'm going to send you, look through the material that I'm going to send you, calculate your meal plans, print out everything, look at your food options, start getting excited about your meal plans and for prep week. So on Friday and a Saturday, I'm going to do 2 lives, and it's going to be a morning habit routine for you and an evening habit routine for you. This is usually what I do in the call as well, but I think people need to hear it again. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to start doing personal development, talks like this, in the virtual wellness studio once a month. And so those will kind of be giveaways. I'll do giveaways with that as well. Okay, hang on. What about seasoning? How do we determine how much seasoning to use? Can we use it all? Could we maybe have lime juice or lemon juice on our veggies? Great question. So when it comes to cooking, I pretty much always use pink salt, pepper, garlic powder. That's just my go-to. You can absolutely use lime. Guys, you can make your food as flavorful as you want. I use a little bit of, like a tiny bit of oil when I'm cooking my vegetables. I don't use much, and I don't count it. Like, we have to live our lives, you know what I mean? You can use seasoning. Why is that happening? That's so weird. I love like Mrs. Dash seasoning is always a great option. And then also, in the this 21, the Fixate right here, there's a whole section on seasonings and how to make your own. Like, I make my own like taco seasoning, and I make crock pot chicken and do like Mexican chicken with some romaine lettuce, and I use that seasoning. Yes, you can make your food as flavorful as you would like to. Are there any other questions? I cannot believe I usually have like 10 or 20 questions, and I only have one. That is crazy. I'll give you guys just some, okay. So the workouts, she said, how long are the workouts? They range. For practice week, they're 30 minutes. But as you continue on, they get longer. So most of them are about an hour, but they range from 45 minutes to 60 minutes. But I have a lot of mom clients, and so there's different. So sometimes there's 2 sets of 15, sometimes there's 3 sets of 10. It just ranges. And I have moms that are like, hey, I didn't get to the last set. And I'm like, that's okay. You did the best that you could, and that's what's most important here. When it comes to weights, I always say, I don't think I said this, get a light, medium, and heavy set. If you're like, hey, I'm not ready to invest in some weights, totally understand. Use what you have. You can buy extra laundry detergent or an extra case of waters or whatever that you can hold while you do some squats. Weights, I feel like they run about maybe a little over $1 a pound, but it's nice to have a set of 5-pound weights for like the little shoulder work. It's good. Can you remind me where the plans are on BOD? Yep, great question. So here is Beachbody On Demand. You're going to click 80-day obsession. You're going to click program materials. And this is where, so here's the starter guide right here. And then you click nutrition. Here are the food lists. Here are the plans, all right here. But if you come to the starter guide, I'm just clicking up here because I have them all downloaded already. That's where you are going to calculate everything and do the beginning part. And then once you decide your plan, that's when you're going to come back here and click on the eating plan, whichever that has been assigned to you. Any other questions? Guys, I really hope you feel good. Don't feel overwhelmed. It's really amazing once you get in the groove. It's so easy. For Austin, my husband, I kind of put it all on his phone. I put the time and the container that he needed to eat, and within 48 hours, he's like, I don't need that on my phone anymore. I know what I'm doing. I'm telling you, you get in the groove, you do it for a couple days, you'll be good to go. And this weekend, post in Virtual Wellness Studio, send me emails, whatever you need. I'm here to help you this weekend to get on for practice week. And remember, practice week, that's all that it is. It's practice. So don't feel stressed about it. Okay, awesome. Let me make sure there's no other questions. I don't think so. Okay, well, let me know if y'all need anything. I'm going to get this downloaded and sent. I'm going to send like a follow-up email with all your homework and everything that I talked about. And I will talk to you girls really soon. Bye.